Hello, my name is Philip and I'd like to welcome you all back to the channel Philip Sees China. As I mentioned before, the power of idioms and proverbs stems from their beginnings in rich history. I remember when I first met my Chinese wife in Japan of all places, one of the first Chinese stories she made every effort to acquaint me with was about Wu Zetian. Wu Zetian lived from circa 624 to 705 and became China's only ever female emperor, reigning for 15 years. She took the Tang dynasty to new heights of political, cultural and religious influence throughout the Orient, as well as imperial expansion through military conquest. Her story of reaching the very pinnacle of power, from being a concubine of Emperor Taizong and then Emperor Gaozong's concubine, is all the more impressive considering the pressure upon female roles that tradition placed at the time. In fact, upon her death, many of her accomplishments were purposefully hidden by those who followed her. If you haven't read about her already, I heartily recommend it, and I imagine we will be coming back to her story in the near future. Which leads me quite nicely into introducing another Chinese idiom, xiàolǐ cángdāo, or a dagger hidden in smiles. What does this mean? Well, as the idiom suggests, someone who disguises a ruthless nature behind a pleasant appearance. Indeed, this idiom refers to an important personage in Wu Zetian's ascension to power, Li Yifu. Who was Li Yifu? Li Yifu lived from circa 614 to 666 and came from a comparatively humble background when compared to his peers at court, and rose quickly in the bureaucratic ranks. As Emperor Gaozong came to power, his favour for his wife, Empress Wang, began to wane, particularly favouring Wu Zetian to replace her. Li Yifu submitted a petition to depose Empress Wang and replace her with Wu Zetian. This despite most chancellors being opposed. In doing so, he avoided a transfer by Emperor Gaozong's uncle and was promoted, essentially making him the chancellor de facto. Li Yifu was given the nickname of Cat Li, as he was always smiling even while he struck. He received both privilege and incredible power. He was ultimately exiled in 663 due to various corruption and extortion charges. Despite the emperor giving an amnesty to prisoners in the year 666, Li Yifu was one of the glaring exemptions, and he died an ignominious death that same year. Now, does xiàolǐ藏刀have any similarly meaning idioms in English? Well, a phrase that is quite similar, but is sadly and rarely used these days, is "when the fox preaches, look to the geese." The moral of this story was that foolish people are seduced by false doctrines. The story of the preaching fox appears in the 12th century tales of Reynard the Fox, became popular in English folklore, and can be found in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales of the 14th century. It refers particularly to clergy who should be wary of following false doctrine and prophets. Another similar idiom would be "beware a snake in the grass." You'll find this idiom very well used in China, and we hope you enjoyed this next introduction to Chinese idioms. There's lots more to come. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Oh, and before we let you go, could you please consider giving us a like and subscribe below. Until next time then, 熟能生巧, practice makes perfect.